All right. Well, it's 10:15, so let's officially get started today with Stretch with the Leader. So thanks everyone for joining. We have Will Daines with us here, and Will, correct me if I'm wrong. You're the medical director for Castell.
Yep, I'm the medical director and the interim chief operating officer for Castell, and then I'm a practicing internist with Intermountain Medical Group in Salt Lake.
Okay, so you're wearing multiple hats right now.
Yeah, it's fun.
Well, thanks for being with us today, Will, or Dr. Daines, however you'd like to be
Will, please
addressed.
call me Will.
Okay, well, we'll turn the next few minutes over to you for the Live Well moment, and then you can throw it back to me when you're ready for the stretch portion.
Yeah, well, thank you, Cami, for inviting me to participate today. It's really it's exciting to be here, and I just wanted to share a couple of thoughts today. Uh, I think they're Live Well related. Wanted to talk about the concepts of play and creativity as an adult. I think when we watch kids, we see play and we see creativity all the time. I don't know if your houses are like mine. We've got a cupboard in the family area that's got construction paper and scissors and glue and pen and markers and crayons. And so my kids are 9, 7, and 4, and they play and they create spontaneously. They'll always go over to that cupboard. I mean, they make it a mess, of course, and that's a whole different live well thing. But they're constantly pulling out construction paper. Uh, my 9-year-old likes to draw comic books. He's created this series called Dog News, where he basically writes comic books about our dog's lives when we're not around. My 7-year-old is really into Pokemon, and so he's constantly drawing and coloring and coming up with, I don't even know what Pokemon are, but whatever. He's figuring out how they interact with each other. My 4-year-old, she loves just drawing anything and cutting it out, and I watch them play and I watch them create, and I see how boundlessly joyful they are when they do that. And something in us gets turned off as we get to be adults and we get serious. We've got jobs and mortgages or rent or whatever, and we sometimes lose that ability to play and that ability to create. And I've been trying to make a lot more space for myself in my busy life to be creative and nurture hobbies, solve problems that are not work problems. They are, let's call them fun problems. So I've got a little wood shop out in my garage. It's nothing much. It's just a corner of the garage, and I like to go out there and create things. I've always loved music, and so sitting down at the piano or with my guitar and just kind of, being creative, having time to play. I'm not prepping for a concert. I'm not doing a work thing. It's just time to stretch that part of my brain. And I guess for my live well moment, I would invite all of you. I know you've got busy lives too, and you've got lots of responsibilities, but please try to nurture a little bit of time in your day or maybe in your week when you can be creative. Could be music, it could be art, could be cooking, could be a creative way of reaching out to a family member. There are studies after studies after studies showing that when adults find a little bit of that childhood creativity and when they make space for it in their lives, stress, anxiety, depression, worries, sleeplessness, those things go down. They may not go away entirely, and I'm not trying to say that creativity is the cure for everything, but adults need play and they need creativity too. And on days when I make some of that space for myself, I'm happier, I'm healthier. I don't do it for this reason, but I am more productive. And I invite you in your busy lives to to just go have a little fun and solve some problems that aren't work problems, that aren't, world-ending, earth-shattering problems. They're just finding a way to put something of yourself out into the world. And with that, Cami, I'll kick it back to you to lead us through some stretching.
Thanks so much, Will. I love this topic. Just bringing us back to being a little more curious about things in life and spending time, like you said, with play. And I love the fact that you have some creative posters behind you.
Oh, yeah.
On the wall.
Yeah. That's their creative way of having summer reading goals. They created these long posters, and of course, they couldn't just be write your name at the top. They're glad you may be able to see their Pokemon on all of them.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. Well, that is definitely, as Mary Kay's saying, this is great advice. We do get a little too serious about life, and finding a little more joy in each of our days just can make life a little more fun and even bearable when it feels like it's hard. So thanks so much, Will, for being with us today. We will move on to the stretch portion. So you can turn your camera off, leave it on, whatever you'd like to do for the stretch part. And I'm going to get my video spotlighted for everyone. And then we will move. Okay, go ahead and hop up, everyone. And maybe let's take a little note from Will today and be just kind of curious about how our body's feeling today. So let's start with feet about, hip width apart. We're just going to move into a squat, so hands can support you as you squat. And then as you stand up, just big arms, big V arms, maybe even look up a little bit, and then move back into your squat. So take a big exhale as you fold forward in your squat. Take a big inhale as you reach up. And as you move through your stretches today, please listen to your body. Move through what feels safe to you, what feels good. Make any adjustments that you need to get the most out of it for yourself. Okay, let's release arms, take a big inhale, reach up, and then as you exhale, pull elbows down, squeeze shoulder blades together. Big inhale, reach up, and exhale, pull it down. Let's do one more like this. And pull it down. All right, go ahead, release arms, shake it out, try and relax a little bit. Just do some shoulder rolls here. All right, we're gonna work into our hips a little bit. So take hands on thighs and just move into a hinge. So you're sending your hips back, look down at the ground. And then as you stand up, just move into a row position. So we're pulling back. And then hinge. So we started with that squat, now we're hinging. So you're bending forward and then you stand up and row, pull back, and do it again. And then pull back. Okay, we're gonna switch it up a little bit. So we're gonna take our toes and now turn them out. Okay, move into your hinge and see how that feels. What feels different? And then as you stand up, send your thumbs back, palms up. We're hinging, so we've got our duck-footed position. Notice where you feel the stretch at, if it feels different. So lots of hinges today, working through the hips. So keeping the back flat. Okay, last one like this. Okay, release arms. Now take your toes and turn your toes in. So now we're pigeon-toed and we're gonna do the same thing. Hinge, notice where you feel the stretch, lift the sit bones. And then this time you're gonna send thumbs back, but palms are gonna be back and out. So hinge, and as you come up, palms are back, reach the thumbs back. So we're noticing different stretches just by slightly shifting our body position. Okay, last one right here. And send it back. Okay, release arms. Go ahead and shake the legs out. And we're gonna take left foot forward, so toes are straight, and then the right foot's gonna go back, and your toes can be turned out a little bit. We're just gonna move into another hinge here. So you can use hands on thighs, keep the front leg straight, send your hips back. Now try and push into your front heel, and as you push, it should move your hips back a little bit more. And then come back up. We're gonna come to those cactus arms again, and then hinge. Hips are moving back. Let's do this one more time on this side. So here's our last one. And arms move back. Okay, let's switch our feet up. So now right foot forward, toes straight, left foot, toes are out. You get to adjust the width of your position. So we're gonna hinge, hips go back. And then as you stand up, let's do those goalpost arms again. We'll do this 2 more times on this side. Hopefully you're starting to feel your hamstrings. Loosen up maybe a little bit. Okay, release arms, feet together. I do recommend grabbing onto something for this one. You can grab onto a wall or a chair, or you can work on your balance. Either way is great. So we're gonna anchor left leg on the floor and then lift the right knee towards your chest. You can grab under your thigh, below your knee. We're gonna lift towards chest and then stand really tall. Now this is where grabbing onto something comes in handy because our left arm is gonna go out to the side. So you could grab on or just use your balance and then start to pull your knee open a little bit. I know, it's challenging. Then we're gonna lower the leg, bring it back down, and release. Great job, Will. Your balance was awesome. Okay, let's do it again. Same leg. Lean to the left, bring knee to chest, stand really tall. Now take left arm out, and then we're gonna open the knee gently, and then lower it down, and release. Okay, shake it out. Do the other side. Okay, anchor right leg. Bring the left knee up. Grab on wherever you prefer. Bring it knee towards your chest, lifting really tall. And then take the arm out. Now we always have one side that's better with balance. So if you have one side where you're falling over, let's start to open our knee. Then that's okay. And then release it down. Okay, last time on this side. Anchor the leg first. Bring the knee up to your chest. Take your arm out. Open the knee. And then start to lower the leg. And release. Good job. Shake it out. Thanks for trying that with me. We're going to take our legs nice and wide here. Toes can be forward. And just move your hips side to side. So we started to open up the hips a little bit, little inner thigh. Now we're going to add a little bit more. Because we tend to ignore these muscles a lot. Okay, let's hold on this side. And then take your left toes and lift them up. Okay, so toes are lifting towards the sky. Push your hands into your right thigh and then start to reach your chest towards your left toes. Come back to the leg, put your toes down. Come up to the center. Let's do the other side. Lean to the left. Get nice and stable first and then start to lift your toes. Push your hands into your thigh, and as you do so, reach your chest towards your right toes. Okay, go ahead and put those toes down and come all the way up. Okay, we're gonna do a quick hip hinge from here, so soften the knees a little bit. Hands can be on thighs. Send your hips back and hinge forward until you're feeling hamstrings, maybe some inner thighs too. And then if you like, you can release your arms towards the floor. And if you're in that position and that feels okay, maybe sway your upper body a few times side to side. Take a big breath or two. And then use your hands to walk yourself back up to standing. Let's bring our feet back in together. Couple shoulder rolls. Release any tension that maybe we got from working through all those. Go ahead and relax shoulders, a couple ear to shoulder, side to side. And you guys are all done. Thanks so much for joining today.